Hey guys, it's me. I'm back. Glad that I can show you another video. I know it's been a very long time. I've gotten a whole lot of stuff. There's so much stuff that I haven't really cataloged it and figured out what I bought since the last video. So you're gonna have to hang with me here. I apologize for taking so long. Just really haven't been feeling like making a video. Haven't been looking forward to it or felt like it's worth it, I guess, which is probably why I've avoided it so much. But as you can see, I got all kinds of stuff to show you. Some really cheap Nintendo consoles, actually. Now that I think about it, all three were Nintendo consoles. And this may be a kind of a longer video, so if that's something you're interested in, I appreciate it. I'll edit this or do what I have to make it longer. My camera likes to shut off after 11 minutes, and I think this will be a good deal longer than that. So hang with me, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. I even had someone comment me asking me when the next video is going to be, so I know people watch my channel and are interested. And once again, I can't say I'm sorry enough. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Thank you all for sticking with me. I know it's been crazy for me, and it's just been an interesting 4 months. A lot of stuff going on in my life, and hopefully I can start making some more videos because I'm always getting new games. So I'm going to start off with this one here. So PlayStation games. This is Bass Rise. It's a fishing game. Just found this for $3 at Goodwill. The back of it actually is different. It's for Bass Landing, which was weird. But the game is in here. It's complete. So never heard of that one. I thought it was rare, which is why I picked it up. Turns out it's not too rare, but Sentinel Returns, very odd game. For some reason it's going up in price. This is Psygnosis title. Still trying to get all the Psygnosis games I can for the PlayStation. John Carpenter actually made the music for this. It's got a ton of levels. They're all pretty much similar. It's a really odd game. It's hard to describe, but it's a puzzle game. I'll tell you that much. Other than that, it's really difficult to explain. Got this at a local store that sells DVDs, movies, games. Frogger 2, this was just $2. It's really hard to pass up for $2. I didn't have it, and this is actually a fun game. I enjoy Frogger 2. I played the original a lot, so I think I've already showed you guys Engine Racing. If not, I got this at a store for a really inexpensive price. 3 Extreme, this was another cheap one at a bookstore. This was $2, I think. I didn't have it, so I went ahead and got it. I have some more PlayStation games here. Finally got a copy of Legend of Legaia. Don't think I showed this in a previous video. If I have, I'm sorry. It does have the manual. It does have the disc in excellent shape. Has a nice, it's got that particular cover on it that's smooth. It's like a sticker they put over it, so kind of interesting. The manual's included here. This is a game I remember playing when it came out. I had a friend let me borrow it, and I really enjoyed it. So, I'm not a fan of the story. It is one of those normal stories that you see all the time, but it is a solid game. It has some solid gameplay to it. It's a role-playing game. Tiny Tank, excellent game. Got this in a lot. I think I might have showed that before. Chocobo Racing, I bought this on eBay. Doesn't have a manual, and it was pretty discounted for not having a manual. This was only $22, I think. Really hard to find, getting harder and harder to find as time goes on, and it's a solid racing game. Definitely for kids, not really for adults, but really fun game. Here's a PlayStation game that's a hidden gem, Silverload. It's really hard to find. You never see it. It's a big box game. It was only made in the big box format. If I can get this open here. It's got the foam, the manual in great shape, and disc. Has some wear, has some scratches, but it does play just fine. So I'll take that all day long. I had to pay a little bit of money for this. I think this was 40 something. But for what I was getting, not that bad. It's an adventure game, point and click, something that you don't really see that often, and really interesting little find. Got some GameStop deals. This was The Last Remnant, $4.99. I've heard it's not that great. I haven't tried it yet. It is thick. It's got a few discs in it. if I remember right, or it just has a really thick manual. It's got a couple of discs, so looks like it came with the poster in there too. Don't know if it's good, but it was inexpensive, so didn't want to pass it up. These two were from yard sales that we went to not too long ago. He wanted more for these, but I was able to get them cheaper. He had only a few games. He had Project Gotham Racing 3, which I picked up for $2. And these I think were $3 or $4 each. And I thought it was pretty good since they're newer titles for the 360. And they'd be worth the money. So worth trying out. Let's see. We got Tiger Woods Tour 18. Don't know if I let you guys know, but I got a Kinect for the 360. I actually really enjoy it. A lot of people make fun of it, but this was a Goodwill find. Solid game. It works pretty well with the Kinect. I like it anyway. I don't know if you will, but I'm a fan of the Kinect. This was an inexpensive game, which a lot of Kinect games are. Winter Stars, a winter sports game. Not too bad, not too shabby. Sometimes the controls aren't that great, but can't complain. Capcom Digital Collection, been wanting this for a while. Finally got it on Amazon, I believe it was. It's got a lot of good ones in it. It's got Bound Commander Rearm 2, it's got Flock, it's got Rocket Men, Axis of Evil, and the expansion pack, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo HD, 1942 Joint Strike, and my cat's coming in here, the video, hopefully she doesn't interrupt. Street Fighter 2 HD Remix, Final Fight Double Impact, which I already had. There's Gracie. This is our new cat, if you never met her before. She's new. We've only had her for a couple of months now. She's a really good cat. So, she does like to bite, but she's just checking things out. Wolf of the Battlefield Commando 3, one of my personal favorites on here. Pretty solid collection. It's going up in price, unfortunately. So, this one is really recent. Literally got this a week ago. El Shaddai. This was $2.99 at GameStop, and if you have it at your local GameStop, it's worth it a look. Very interesting 2D game with some different kind of graphics. So, kind of worth a look. Very inexpensive. It goes for more than that online, actually. So, Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising. This is an ultra-realistic army first-person shooter game. Really fun. I tried it and it's very difficult because it's so realistic. But I think I'm going to give it another shot. And I'm going to try to look for Flashpoint Elite for the original Xbox, which I'm hoping to get soon. I don't have it in my collection. Cars Racerama. This one was a good deal. Cheap price, but the caveat was it has some damage on the inner hub ring, which is why I keep it in here. I don't want to put stress on it by putting it in there, so I just keep it in there. It has the manual complete. It does work fine, but some of those games are fragile and those rings can get messed up, which is not cool. Unfortunately, that happens. This is 13. Picked this up at the East Arland. Classic game. Good game. Good graphics. Cell shaded graphics. Mission Impossible, didn't have it. I have played a demo of this and I did like it. The reviews for this are low, but give this game a chance, you might like it. It's pretty good. Here's a very recent game. Got it last week. Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone. This has gone down in price, so I would suggest picking it up if you don't have it. For some reason, the Xbox, PS2, GameCube versions of this are rare. Hard to find. This is the first of the Harry Potter games. EA Games did develop it. It is pretty quality, pretty good. It also came up for the PlayStation 1 and, of course, Game Boy Advance. That was only $21. Now, it used to be around $40. So it has gone down a lot, and I would suggest finding it if you can. This is from a seller on eBay called Deal Tavern. You might see them all over the place, Amazon, whatever. This was $21. It is brand new. It is factory sealed. This is the first time I've ever bought from them. They sell lots of factory sealed items and games. I don't know how they get so many because they literally have hundreds of them. But I have to get this because I like the first one. I didn't have Otogai 2. Otogai 2 is very hard to find. Very difficult to find. It goes for about the price of this new one, so I just picked it up new. I may just go ahead and open that and play it. Here is Raw Danger for the PlayStation 2. Sorry for the light. It's a disc-only game I had that I really enjoyed, really unique. This is I believe it's the sequel to Disaster Report. And Disaster Report is a game where you survive kinds of hurricanes, heavy storms, floods. It's got a simulation type thing where you kind of just avoid it, try to survive it. You just got to survive the elements. It's a lot of fun. You meet people, you get items. It's very unique. Irem developed it. H-Tech published it. Definitely good, worth a look. See if you can find it. Just definitely worth a look if you like different kind of games for your PlayStation 2. Now this is Bite and Kados. I had disc 1 only, and I was lucky enough to find someone selling the case, the manual, and disc 2. So it completed my set, which was awesome. This is a beautiful game, beautiful graphics, excellent music. I think there is a soundtrack available. Really nice to add that to my GameCube collection. Let me see here. I've got Giant Citizen Kabuto. Inexpensive, but very unique, very different, very highly reviewed by reviewers. And I'm going to go ahead and shut off my camera now and record a little bit more footage because that's what it's going to do. Alright, I'm back. Excellent game. It's developed by... Who developed this? Interplay? Digital Mayhem, Planet Moon Studios. Interplay published it. Definitely worth a look. Very strange, very odd game, but very unique. Some more Kinect games. This is Wipeout 3. Only my wife has played this. I haven't really played it. It seems pretty easy. She had trouble getting the hang of it, so I'm not sure what that one's like. That was from a store at a flea market, and I think they had it for $4. Twister Mania, bought this on Amazon. Really the lowest price I could find. $6.50, I believe. Pretty easy to find. My wife and I love this game. We just love it. I don't know why people didn't catch on with this, but this really uses the Kinect well. You bend your body into different shapes to fit into the pegs there, and knock things over. There's all kinds of fun things to do with Twister Mania. Works with the Kinect very well. We found this at a GameStop. It wasn't that much. Kinect Disneyland. Got good reviews. My wife had trouble playing it. Didn't always respond to her commands. I had no trouble using it, so I don't know if she's just not used to this kind of game. She did like it though, what we did play. You run around the park. You meet Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, all of them, and you go on adventures like defeating Captain Hook as Peter Pan, all kinds of fun things. If you're a Disney fan, that's probably a lot of fun. This is probably my favorite Kinect game because of this one, Kinect Sports. This was $6. It's got both games in it. I may have shown this before, but I don't think I did. The first one has soccer, table tennis, bowling, and volleyball, and it's got a decathlon. Now, all of them are pretty fun. I don't care for the soccer. Volleyball, I don't play much. Bowling is probably one of the best bowling experiences I've had. I enjoy it more than the Wii bowling, actually. And I also love the ping pong. So the bowling and the ping pong are just absolute must-owns. That's why this is a must-own. The second game is okay. It's got football, baseball, a game where you fight, like a fighting game. It's got golf. I played the golf, which was alright, but it's very limited. It's not like the Tiger Woods game, but it's alright. This was cheap. If you can find it cheap, go ahead and get both, and you got more games to play. But Kinect Sports 1 is easily the better one. It's got the better, more fun, exciting games on it. So let me see here. Got some more titles to show you all. Now this was a Goodwill pickup for really cheap, $2, $3. Worms 4 Under Siege. I took a gamble because I knew I had a Worms game, and then I realized there are 3 Worms games on the original Xbox, and I only had one of them. Luckily, this was one I didn't have. This is Worms Forts Under Siege. Don't know if it's hard to find or not, but the Worms games are always fun, in my opinion. Whiplash. I believe I got this from Eastarland. Not too much money. Pretty easy to find. It's a goofy game. You play as a you've got an animal chained to your wrist, and you play as an animal, and the whole game he's chained to your wrist, so you throw the animal around and knock him into things. It's really wacky, really weird, goofy, cartoony gameplay. If you like that kind of thing, Crystal Dynamics did develop that. So this, I heard, is not very good, but I bought it on Amazon because I didn't have it. Star Trek Shattered Universe. I was getting into the TV show a lot, and so I thought I would get this. So didn't have it before. It's also on PlayStation 2. This was $2 at a local store, WTA2 or Tennis. Didn't have it. Also didn't have Run Like Hell, which is what this is called. RLH, that's what the original title was, but they just make RLH and then have you guess what that means. The soundtrack I don't believe is in here. But Lance Henriksen is the voice of your character. It's an okay game. It's not that great, but it is okay. I'm going to move right along here, guys. This is a GameCube. Also came with a purple controller. No games. We found this. We were so blessed and lucky to find this at a yard sale. And it was covered in dirt. I have cleaned it up, and it does look so much better. It does work perfectly. Had all the cables and the controller. The controller was in excellent shape. You know, you never see it that nice. And I just had to clean it up. It was dirty, so it works great. The button sticks sometimes, not too bad. And it was $2. Yep, $2 for a complete GameCube. So that was, we said, how much do you want? She said, I just want to get rid of it. I said, will you take, you know, a few dollars? She said, $2 is fine. So that was it. And this is also from GameStop, Nano Stray 2. It's very hard to see. Nano Stray, the first game. Those are really cheap at GameStop right now, and they're getting harder to find on the internet. So I wanted to play them for one thing, and I love shooters, so I picked it up. This is from a bookstore called Half Price Books. You may have heard of them. They had a sale going on, 20% off that day. And I found this was only $30, which is good for a Game Boy Advance. It came with the charger. It does work just fine. There are tiny little specks of dust in the corner, which are probably hard to see on this, hard to pick up. I've got my arcade classics in there. So I only ended up paying, I traded in some books and things and only ended up paying $20 for this, so I was happy. I'm going to get right to this console I've got here. Now this is a Nintendo, as you can see. It is in nice shape. It is, it didn't work. It had that issue where the games would not play. I got the gray screen. I did all kinds of methods to clean it. Couldn't get it working, and I said, I don't want to try the boiling the 72-pin connector method, but that's what I ended up doing, and that ended up fixing it. So, you know, if you guys have that issue, I would recommend boiling it. Be careful not to boil it too long, but boil it a good 15 minutes or 20 minutes. That's the best method. And then just make sure it's dry. It doesn't rust. It doesn't melt the plastic. Yes, boiling can fix it. It fixed mine. I only had the issue with the kind of, it's got the staticky screen. What I did was I purchased one of the third-party AC adapters, and then it makes sure, what that does basically is make sure that the DC is a current, something to do with the AC DC, so that way it'll run and it'll look sharp like it's supposed to. Let me show you if I got something new in here. I'm about to end the video here. Just some demo discs here. Number 2932. They got some good ones. This has Speed Punks on it. One of these has a rare PlayStation game on it, if I can find it. I forget which one it is. There's Omega Boost on one of them. Team Buddies. Team Buddies is on this one. It's in October 2001. Got this lot for cheap, and they were, some of them were brand new. Really worth it. So thank you guys. I appreciate you watching my videos. Gonna try to make more when I can, and I hope you guys enjoy this, because to be honest, sometimes I enjoy making them. They are a lot of effort, but I want to do it for you guys, do it for the fans. I appreciate you all. God bless you all. See you next video.